Hello everyone! In this video we're going to be looking at the new features and changes included on Windows 10 build 18932. This is a preview number 18, part of the Windows 10 20H1 update, and even though it's been a while since the last video, it is not until build 18922 and build 18932 that we're starting to see some visual changes in this update. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the most important changes in the last and previous builds. However, keep in mind that Microsoft is in the early stages of development for this update. As a result, only some of the features are available, some of them are disabled by default until they're ready, and some others are only available to a select number of insiders. If you're just starting with this release, beginning with the 20H1 update, when opening the Start menu, you will notice a new list called Start Typing to Search, with quick access to search online results, apps, and documents, which should make it clear that users can simply start typing to search without the need to actually open the search experience from the taskbar. You will see this new section on the Start menu as you start using the update, but after a while it will go away. As you can see now, if I open my Start menu, I don't see that list anymore. Also, starting with this update, you can now rename virtual desktops by just clicking the top header and choosing the name that you want. This is actually a hidden feature, and hopefully it will make it to the final version of Windows 10. Microsoft is also testing a new Cortana app now that the digital assistant is no longer part of the search experience, and it appears that the app will be available through the Microsoft Store, which it will allow the company to deliver updates more frequently instead of twice a year on every release of Windows 10. This is how the app looks like. Just like before, you can type your questions to get instant answers, or you can always click the microphone button to use voice to ask the questions. Everything will be kept in the history, so you can go back to it. But you can always clear the history by right-clicking the button on the right and selecting the Clear Conversation History. Just like before, you can access the menu and then access the settings, but these are all the same settings that we used to see on the desktop version, on the most integrated version of Cortana for Windows 10. With this new version of Windows 10, the search box in File Explorer is now controlled by Windows Search. So the same results that appear in the search experience from taskbar will now appear in the search box of File Explorer, as you can see right here on the screenshot. This also means that the search box in File Explorer can also deliver results for content that might be stored in your OneDrive account. In this update, you will even find an updated version of the Performance tab in Task Manager that now shows a label letting you know the type of drive that you're using in your computer. As you can see, in this case it's an SSD. Although this is not a significant change, it will come in handy if you have multiple hard drives installed on your computer. Starting with build 18932, you will also find some refinements for the notification settings. For example, as you can see in this screenshot from Microsoft, now the notification toast has a button that allows you to access this menu that includes an inline option to turn off notifications for the app or to open the notification settings for that particular app. Also, at the top of the Action Center interface, you will now see on the top right a Manage Notifications option that allows you to quickly open the settings to manage your notifications. These new changes are expected to arrive with the Windows 10 20H1 update, but currently it's only available for a select number of users. In addition, this new 20H1 update, when opening the Windows Ink Workspace, you will notice a brand new interface, which is significantly smaller than before, and Windows 10 is now converging the Whiteboard Experience with the Microsoft Whiteboard app. So for example, like if you click the Whiteboard button, it will open the Microsoft Whiteboard so you can use ink to create content. Also from the same interface, you can access the Snip and Sketch to take screenshots and to use ink to annotate those images. From the same experience, you can also click the See More button that would allow you to get to the pen settings. As usual, Microsoft is also updating the Settings app with new changes, tweaks, and features, but at this time, some settings are available to a select group of users and some others are available to everybody. For example, starting with Bill 18932, the Notifications and Actions page has been updated, but the options are only available to a select number of users. And right now, you have new options to mute all notification sounds by clearing this option. And also there is a new drop-down menu that allows you to sort the list of applications by the ones that recently sent notifications, so you can quickly find the apps that you want to change the settings. In addition, selecting one of the apps, when you open the notifications page, you will see pictures to help you to better understand the impact of the current settings. In this new version, also behind the scenes, Windows 10 is updating the indexing behavior to exclude common developer folders such as Git, AG, SVN, NuGet, and many more by default, which should help to improve system performance while compiling and syncing large code bases. Also, the language settings page has been revamped to make it easier to understand your current settings. So you can see at the top, we will see icons that let you quickly know which languages are configured as default for the Windows displayed, apps and websites, regional format, keyboard, and speech. Furthermore, each icon is actionable, so it means that if the settings are not correct, you can always click that and that will take you to the settings so you can update the configuration. Also, when installing new languages, you will notice the features are a bit clearer to understand, and you can hover over each feature to get a tooltip with descriptions. After installing the 20H1 update, you will notice that the delivery optimization settings page now includes new settings to throttle bandwidth using absolute values instead of just percentage. And when using this option, you can set absolute values for foreground downloads and background downloads. Also, starting with Build 18932, the magnifier can now keep the text cursor and the center of the screen to make it easier and smoother to type. Also, as you can see right now, the magnifier has been updated, so it now works with the Dart theme on Windows 10. Starting with this new version, Windows 10 also ships with Windows Subsystem for Linux 2, which is a new version of the feature that allows you to run Linux on Windows. And this new version uses a real Linux kernel utilizing a virtual machine, which results on a boost in performance and better compatibility with Linux applications, such as Docker, while maintaining the same experience as version 1. If you want to learn more about the Windows Subsystem for Linux 2, make sure to check the video description below to get a link to a Microsoft support website with more details. On the Windows 10 20H1 update, you can also expect a new version of the Notepad app that now includes the ability to restore unsaved content after installing an update. If you use the Feedback app, when adding a new feedback, now, as you can see right here on the app, we have a new feature called Find Similar Feedback, which basically looks at the feedbacks already submitted, and if there is a similar topic, you can just add your content or you can create a new feedback to send to Microsoft. Along with these new features and changes, Windows 10 is also introducing some improvements to Narrator, eye control, Microsoft Input Method Editor, and much more. However, these are features that I'm not able to show you in the video. If you want to learn more, make sure to check the link in the video description for more information. And that's pretty much all that's new with Windows 10 Build 18932 and earlier releases. Remember to like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, and I just hope this video was informative for you, and I would like to thank you for viewing.